Welcome to Learners Math TV. Bago natin simulan ang pagre-review, meron akong isang katanungan. Kailan dapat ginagamit ang kakayahang hulaan ng sagot sa multiple choice type of periodical test? Ang kakayahang hulaan ng sagot sa multiple choice exam ay hindi dapat pangunahing ginagamit. Pero may mga sitwasyon kung saan ito ay nagiging strategic skills. Narito kung kailan dapat ito ginagamit. Una, kung ubos na ang oras. Bawa, sabi, last 2 minutes na lang, o in 1 minute, finalize your answer. So, kailangan mo nang gawa ng paraan. Wala ka ng choice. Pangalawa, kapag hindi ka sigurado, pero may clue, hindi mo buong-buong alam yung tamang sagot, pero dun sa mga pagpipilian, meron kang clue. So, eliminate mo yung mga hindi possible answer. Tapos, pwede mong hulaan. Kung bawa, dalawa na lang ang natira, so you can just guess. Then, pangatlo, kapag walang deduction, of course, yung maling sagot. Kasi baka mamaya, ang bawat maling sagot mo ay may minus sa yung score. Hindi ka pwedeng manghula. Ito naman ang mga paraan upang makaiwas sa panghuhula. Number 1, mag-aral ng maaga. Iwasan yung mag-cramming. Pangalawa, gumawa ng reviewer o summary notes. Pangatlo, mag-focus sa teacher's highlights. Kasi madalas yung laging binabanggit ni teacher sa mga discussions, yun yung lumalabas sa test. Pangapat, mag-manage ng oras sa test. Halimbawa, pag nagte-test ka na, unahin mo muna yung mga madadali para sa'yo. Kung mahirap, balikan mo mamaya pag may oras ka pa. Pangapat, practice answering sample questions. Yan ang gagawin natin sa video lesson na ito. Tara na, simulan na natin. Para sa ating first sample question, a ball is thrown vertically upward and its height is represented by the function h of t is equal to -3 times the quantity t minus 4 squared plus 18, where t is the time in seconds. So, ang question dito is, what does the number 18, ito, in the function indicate? Yun ang ating unang question. At ang pangalawa, how long does it take for the ball to reach its maximum height? So, ang titignan lang natin dyan, yung value ng h and k. Mapapansin natin, yung ating quadratic function ay nakasulat na sa vertex form. Wherein, etong h and k dito, ito yung ating vertex form. Ito yung h and k, ito yan. Ang ating h ay 4 at ang ating k ay 18. So, kung ilalagay kasi natin yan sa isang graph, okay, let's say, ito yung ating x, and then this is our y, or the f of x. So, kung ibinato mo yung bola, let's say, nakapag-form ka ng parabolic part, okay, parabolic path, tapos, ito yung pinakamataas na height na naabot nung iyong bola. Ito. Tapos, bumagsak na siya. So, ito yung pinakamataas na height. Okay? So, yung pinakamataas na height na yan, yung maximum height na yan, ayan ay ang tinatawag nating vertex ng parabola, which is represented by the value of h and k. So, hanggang dito kasi, ayan, ito yung ating time. Yung x natin na yan, so it is the time. Ayan. Tapos, ito naman, ayan, ito yung ating height. Ito yung height. Okay? So, ang ibig sabihin yan, ang na-reach natin, since this is the vertex, the h and k, ang y dyan ay yung 18. Okay? So, the value of y in that coordinates ng vertex ay 18 at in 4 seconds. So, in 4 seconds, nakarating ang bola doon sa kanyang maximum height. So, therefore, Yang 80 na yan, ang ibig sabihin niyan, di ba? It is 80, di ba? Ang ibig sabihin niyan, ang sagot dito is yung letter B. It is the maximum height reached by the ball. Ayan. Tapos, dito naman sa how long does it take for the ball to reach its maximum height? Yan naman ay 4 seconds. Kasi ito yan. Itong T is the X. So, in 4 seconds, nakarating siya doon sa Y. Kaya ang coordinate ng vertex na ito, o yung bola na yan, ang coordinate niya sa kanyang parabolic paths ay nire-represent ng H and K, itong 4 at saka 18. Kaya, pag nakasulat ang iyong quadratic function in that form or vertex form, madali mo na lang masasagutan yung ganitong klase ng question. Ito naman yung ating second sample question. The perimeter of a rectangular lot is 50 meters and its area is 100 square meters. Combining the idea of a perimeter and area of a rectangle, what quadratic equation represents the situation in the problem? Yan yung una nating hahanapin yung ating correct answer. So let X be the width of a rectangular lot and Y be the length of rectangular lot. So alam natin na ang perimeter ay equal sa 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So sabi kasi natin dito yung width ay X at yung length ay, yung Y ay length. So ang mangyayari dyan, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng equation na ang perimeter na ito na 50 meters ay magiging equals sa 2x plus 2y. And then, sinasabi pa niya na yung area daw ng rectangle ay 100 square meters. So, ang area ay equal sa length times the width. Kaya yan ay magiging x times y is equal to 100. And then, if we are going to use this equation, if we are going to divide both sides by x, okay, so magiging y is equal to 100 over x or 100 divided by x. And then, eto ngayon, na value ng y dito, yung representation ng value ng y na 100 over x, ay gagamitin naman natin sa equation na ito. Okay, isa-substitute natin as the value of our y. So magiging ganyan yan. Ito yan, nilagay natin dito at yung y ay pinalitan natin ng 100 over x. Yan. And then, i-multiply naman natin sa x yung lahat ng terms. Okay? Yung terms dito at yung sa kabila ng equation. Because we're trying to eliminate this variable x here. Okay? Sinisimplify kasi natin yung equation. So, x times 2x is equal to 2x squared. Diba? Tapos ito ngayon, x divided by x, so 1 na lang yan. Kaya matitira dyan ay 2 times 100, so ito na yung 200. And then, 50 times x is equal to 50x. And then itong 50x, we can transfer that to the other side of the equation, it becomes negative. So magiging ganito na yung ating quadratic equation. 2x squared minus 50x plus 100 equals 0. So, wala siya doon sa pagpipilian. Pero kung mapapansin ninyo, all of them are divisible by the value of a, or the numerical coefficient of the quadratic term. So, pwede pa natin i-simplify yung equation na yan by dividing all of the terms by 2. Ayan. So, pag dinivide kasi natin siya, all of the terms by 2, 2x squared divided by 2, magiging x squared na lang siya. And then, itong negative 50 divided by 2, magiging negative 25x. And then, itong 200 divided by 2, magiging 100. Kaya makikita natin na yung letter B ang ating correct answer. Para naman dito sa susunod na question, ito na yung answer natin kanina, di ba, letter B. Yan naman ngayon ang gagamitin natin dyan to continue answering what are the dimensions of the rectangular lot. Magkarugtong kasi yan. So ngayon, gagamit tayo ng factoring method to solve the value of x here because our x is the width of the rectangular lot. Okay, so factoring, so magiging, ang factors niya ay quantity x minus 5 times quantity x minus 20 is equal to 0. Then, since ang x natin ay width, yun muna ang unahin natin. So, ibig sabihin, mas mahaba naman ang length. Kahabaan nga siya, ibig sabihin. So, ang piliin natin ay itong factor na x minus 5. Equate natin siya sa 0. So, therefore, the value of x is equal to 5 or 5 meters. Ayan. So, meron na tayong width kasi ang x natin dito ay width. Sabi natin kanina, we let x is equal to the width of the rectangular lot. Ngayon naman, gamitin naman natin yung y is equal to 100 over x. Ito naman yung na-derive natin dito kaninang equation. When we divided both side by x. So, ipalitan naman natin ngayon yung value ng x dyan. So, yung x, gawin na natin 5 kasi yun yung nakuha natin dito as the width. So, 100 divided by 5 is equal to y is equal to 20. So, ang y natin ay 20 meters. So, ang ibig sabihin lang yan, maliwanag na ang dimension ng rectangular lot ay 5 meters by 20 meters. Okay. Given the quadratic equation, 5x squared plus 2x plus x minus 1 equals 8. So, tandaan natin na kapag ang tanong sa atin ay which of the following is the quadratic term or what is the value of b, what is the constant term. So, be sure, para hindi tayo magkamali, kailangan ito ay naka-transform in standard form bago natin piliin kung ano yung ating answer. So, kasi pag hindi mo ginawa yun, magkakamali ka. Okay, so i-transform muna natin yan into standard form. So, ang standard form yan, kung pagsasamahin natin ito, 2x plus x is equal to 3x. Tapos, ito naman, kung ilipat natin sa kabila, it becomes negative 8. So, magiging ganito kasi yan eh. O, 5. Gamit tayo dyan ng block. Okay. Magiging ganito kasi yan. 5x squared, tapos ito, 2x plus x plus 3x, tapos ito ay magiging negative 1, tapos minus 8. So, equals 0. Ayan. So, finally, ang magiging ano mo dyan ay ito. Dito na natin ilagay. So, 5x squared plus 3x then minus 9 equals 0. So, ito na yun ngayon. Negative 1 minus 8 is equal to negative 9. So, ngayon, pwede mo na ngayon sagutin itong mga question kapag na-transform mo na. Yun ang unang-unang pinaka-importante na dapat mong gawin. Which of the following is the quadratic term? So, of course, ang quadratic term, obviously, kitang-kita naman natin, ito yung letter B. Okay, ito yung ating quadratic term. Okay. What is the value of B? So, pag tinatanong ang value of B, punta ka sa linear term. Ano yung numerical coefficient ng linear term? Ito naman yan. So, that is letter C. Okay. What is the constant term? So, ang constant term naman natin, ito naman yun. Okay, dito para huwag magkamali, isama natin yung minus sign na yan, yung negative sign. Kaya pinaka-final answer natin dyan ay hindi positive 9, kundi ayan, negative 9, which is letter D. Okay, let us try to solve this. Another possible question that you may encounter in the test. The length of the wall is 9 meters longer than its width, and the area is 36 square meters. So, if the width is x and the length is 9 meters longer than its width, so ibig sabihin you are going to add 9 to the measurement of the width. If X represent the measure of the width, so mag-add ka ng 9. Yun ang nagre-represent ng measurement ng iyong length. So, ibig sabihin dito sa question na ito na which of the following represents the length of the wall? So, our answer is letter B. That is X plus 9. So, the second question is, what are the dimension of the wall? So, when we say dimension, tinatanong kung ilan ang sukat ng width at ilan ang sukat ng length. Okay. So, since ang ating area is 36 square meter, so we all know that the formula for the area is equivalent to length times width or width times length is equal to 36. So if we're going to transform this into a standard form of quadratic equation, ay magkakaroon tayo ng ganito. Because x squared, x times x is x squared, x times 9 is 9x, and then itong 36, lipat sa kabila, it becomes negative 36. And then, we can use now factoring method. So, ang factors niya, na pwede, is negative 3 times 12 is negative 36, negative 3 plus 12 is positive 9. So, pili tayo sa dalawang factors na to since we are concerned about measurement. So, piliin natin dyan yung makapagbibigay sa atin ng positive na value ng x because x is the width or it represents the measurement of the width. So, x is equal to 3. X minus 3 equals 0. In-equate natin yan sa 0. So, therefore, x is equal to 3 or 3 meters. Ayan. So, 3 meters ang ating x. So, therefore, if x is 3 meters plus 9, that is 12. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating answer dito sa question na what are the dimensions of the wall? So, that is 3 meter by 12 meter. Now, in this question, which of the following can be solved by extracting the square root? So, tatandaan lang natin na pwede natin gamitin yung extracting the square root method in solving quadratic equation if ang forma ng ating quadratic equation na given ay ganyan. Okay? X squared is equal to K. So, then, ang pinaka-answer natin dyan is letter D. Okay? So, ipakita ko sa inyo kung bakit yan. Kasi pwede natin yang isolve by extracting the square root method. So, diba yan ay n squared minus 49 equals 0. Okay? Then, kung lilipat mo siya sa kabila, ang equation, it becomes n squared is equal to 49. Okay? Then, if you extract the square root, kaya nga extracting the square root method, so that is n is equal to positive and negative 7. So, ito yung pinaka magiging answer mo dyan. Kung 8, so solve mo yung value ng n. Pero since ang question lang naman natin ay tinatanong lang sa atin kung which of the following can be solved by extracting the square root. So, ito yun. Since nagre-review din lang naman tayo, kaya sinolve na natin. Next sample question. Sashana is preparing for a party and needs to fill a drum with water. She has 2 hoses available, one red and one green. If she uses only the red hose, it will take 6 hours longer to fill the drum than if she uses only the green hose. However, if she uses both hoses at the same time, the drum fills in just 4 hours. So of course, kapag dalawang hose yung ginamit niya, magkasabay yung red at saka green, ay 4 hours lang mapupuno agad yung drum. Okay? If we're going to analyze this, sabi dito, if she uses only the red hose, so kung yung red hose lang ang gamit niya, it will take 6 hours longer to fill the drum than kesa doon sa green hose pag yun lang ang ginamit niya. So it means to say, ang sagot natin dito is letter C because the green hose fills the drum faster than the red hose. Kasi kung yung red hose lang, sabi niya, nagagamitin dito, di ba? Ang sabi, it will take 6 hours longer. Okay? Let us continue in this problem. The second question is, if the green hose alone can fill the drum in X hours. So sinasabi rito agad na inire-represent ang green hose, yung time ng green hose to fill the drum in X hours. So ilan yung drum na pupunuan? Isa. So let's say ito yung 1. 1 drum, ang rate niya is 1 over time. Diba? The work over time kasi yung rate. So, 1 drum over time. Time is X hours. So, eto ngayon yung nagre-represent ng green. Eto. Ayan, eto. Yung green hose. Ayan yun. Okay, tapos, eto naman yung nagre-represent ng red hose. And then, eto naman, kapag magkasama silang gagamitin. Ito, pag magkasama silang gagamitin. Ang isang drum ay tatagal lang ng 4 hours para mapuno. So therefore, letter C ang ating pinaka-answer dyan. Ito ngayon yung ating rational equation. So since ito na yung nabuo nating rational algebraic equation from our problem, ang next question naman is, after transforming the equation into the previous question, which quadratic equation results? So, ibig sabihin, we're going to transform this in standard form of quadratic equation. So, alin dyan sa apat na yan? So, if we're going to transform that, ang gagawin natin dyan, so ito yan. So, we're going to multiply that by all the denominators here. Multiply lang natin yan. Kumbaga, yun yung kanyang pinaka least common multiple. So, pagsamasamahin natin lahat dito. Okay? So, yan. Yung 4 times x and then times the quantity x plus 6. So, gagawin lang natin dyan, if we divide this one to x, so matatanggal dyan yung isang x. Diba? So, ang matitira lang ay 4 times x at saka 4 times 6, which is yan, 4x plus 24. Diba? 4 times x, kasi itong x divided by x is equal to 1. So, matitira, 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 6 is 24. Then, dito naman, ngayon, mag-multiply sa susunod na term. Since multiply natin yan, if we divide the quantity x plus 6, dito may quantity x plus 6, so it will be cancelled. 1 na lang yon. So, ang i-multiply na lang natin dyan is 4x times 1. So, it means to say that is plus 4x na lang. Tapos, dito naman, okay, ang mawawala naman dito, ang common kasi sa kanila, may 4 dito sa denominator, may 4 doon. So, it means to say, matitira na lang dyan itong x times the quantity x plus 6, which is equal to x squared plus 6x. Diba? X times x is x squared. Then, x times 6 is 6x. Then, pagsamahin itong dalawang linear term, 4x plus 4x, that is equal to 8x. So, equals x squared plus 6x. Kinopya lang muna natin, pati itong 24. And then, pwede na natin i-arrange. Ayan. So, lahat, ilipat muna natin lahat doon para positive yung ating quadratic term. Dahil positive dito, so ilipat natin doon. So, yung 8x magiging minus 8x pagdating dito sa kabila. Ito naman positive 24 becomes minus 24 here. Or negative 24. Tapos pagsamahin yung 6x minus 2x, that is equal to negative 2x. Kaya magiging ganito na siya. X squared minus 2x minus 24. Then, kung babalik ta rin natin, pwede naman. So, it becomes x squared minus 2x minus 24 is equal to 0. So therefore, ang ating pinaka-final answer dyan is letter D. Okay? So the final question is, ang sabi dito, after solving the quadratic equation, which interpretation of the solution is correct? So gamitin natin yung i-transform natin kanina na rational algebraic equation. Nag-transform tayo kanina to standard form ng quadratic equation. So ito na yon. Yan ngayon ang gagamitin natin to know what must be the interpretation. So let us use the factoring method to find the value of x because we let x as the time or number of hours kung saan ay kayang punuan ng greenhouse yung isang drum. So by factoring method, we have quantity x minus 6 times quantity x plus 4. So yan yung ating factors because negative 6 times 4 is negative 24, negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. So kaya ito yung ating tamang factor. So ngayon, napipiliin natin dyan, of course, because we are concerned about the time. Pag measurement, kapag time, hindi tayo pipili ng value na makapagbibigay sa atin ng negative. So since ang kailangan natin ay positive value, ang pipiliin natin to equate to 0 is x minus 6. So x minus 6 equals 0. So therefore, the value of x is equal to 6. Kung ang value ng x ay equal to 6, ibig sabihin, yan yung number of hours kung saan yung greenhouse ay kaya niyang punuin kung yung greenhouse lang ang gagamitin. Pero sinasabi kasi dun sa ating problem, kung babalikan natin, na kapag ang red hose ang gagamitin mo, it takes you 6 hours longer than the green hose. Kaya ibig sabihin, kung yan ay longer than 6 hours, magpa-plus ka ng 6 hours. So ibig sabihin, ang rightful interpretation dito ay letter A. The red hose fills the drum in 12 hours and the green hose fills the drum in 6 hours. So mas mahaba yung oras na makukonsume mo to fill the drum kapag yung red hose. Yan ay 12 hours. Next, sample question. So refer to the given equation. X squared over 8 plus x over 4 equals 3. The first question, what is the least common multiple used to eliminate the denominators and transform the equation into standard form? So let us use the listing method. So yung 8 muna, kunin natin yung 8. So pag nag-count ka kasi by 8, that is 8, 16, 24, 32, pero hanggang 16 lang ang ating ilista. Kasi ito namang 4, pag kinuha naman natin yan and we count by 4, that is 4, 8, 12, 16. Pero una na silang nagtagpo. Naging common doon sa 8. Kaya ang 8 ang ating magiging LCM. Ayan. So next, which of the following is the correct quadratic equation in standard form after transforming the given expression? So gamitin na natin yung LCM na 8. I-multiply natin yung 8 sa bawat term nitong ating given equation. Okay? So, since yan ay 8 times itong quantity na to, so cancel yan because 8 divided by 8 is equal to 1. Kaya ang matitira na lang dyan ay x squared. Dito naman, tapos dito, that is 8 divided by 4, 2. Then multiply it to x. So that is equivalent to the positive 2x. And then 8 times 3 is equal to 24. Then let us arrange in standard form. Sulat natin, lipat natin sa kabila ito, it becomes negative 24. So ito na ngayon ang ating standard form. X squared plus 2x minus 24. Kaya ang answer natin dito is letter D. Ayan. So dito naman, madali na lang kasi meron na tayong quadratic equation in standard form. We can use the factoring method. Ito ang factors, x plus 6, diba? Tsaka x minus 4. Sila yung mga factors. Then, So sa pagpipilian, ito kasi kapag ito in-equate natin to 0, it gives us x is equal to -6. So wala naman doon sa pagpipilian ng -6. So ang nasa pagpipilian ay +4. So ito ang piliin natin. Ang x minus 4 equals to 0. So pag in-equate mo yan sa 0, x is equal to 4. So that's why the answer is letter D. Which quadratic equation represents two numbers whose sum is 15 and whose product is 15? So para mas mabilis mo itong sagutan, so tandaan mo lang na ang standard form ng quadratic equation ay ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. And then if you divide all of those by the numerical coefficient of the quadratic term, yung a natin, yan yung nagre-represent ng numerical coefficient ng quadratic term. So magiging itsura niyan ay ganito. Diba? That is a divided by a, so it's 1. Tapos divide lahat yan sa a, lahat ng term. So mapapansin niyo itong negative b over a at saka c over a, yan yung pinag-aralan natin na sum and product. Okay, pag sum of the roots is equal to negative b over a. And then the product of the roots is equal to c over a. Kaya, mapapansin natin dito sa ating mga choices, ang sinasabi kasi dito, ang sum niya ay 15. So therefore, the negative b over a is equal to 15. And the c over a is equal to 50. Kaya, therefore, ito yung ating magiging pinaka-answer dyan. Diba? That is, the sum is 15. So, negative, tapos itong negative b over a, which is the sum, is equal to a positive 15. Kaya siya ay naging minus 15. And then, dito naman ay positive 50 yung c over a. Kaya ang pinaka-answer natin dyan is letter A. So, ito. Then, dito naman, which pair of numbers satisfy the conditions given in question above? So, mula rito sa question na to, ano naman? So, gamit tayo ng factoring method dyan. Ito yung magiging factors natin. X minus 10 at saka x minus 5. So, pag in-equate natin both of those factors by 0, of course, okay, mabilisan kasi pag periodical test, siyempre meron kang limited time, hindi mo naman na kailangan yan i-solve pa lahat pag nakita mo na yan. If you equate by 0, so lipat-lipat sa kabila yan, so magiging positive pareho ang value ng x. So, ibig sabihin, ang sagot natin dyan ay 10 and 5. Positive 10 and 5. And then, dito naman sa kasunod na question, hindi naman ito related dito sa dalawa. Which of the following expression is transformable to quadratic equation? Para mas mabilis, tignan mo na muna, gumamit ka rito ng elimination. Of course, hindi yan letter B. Kasi wala ritong highest exponent na 2. It is not possible. Diba? M lang yan, no? M raised to 1 lang yan. So, it's not possible. Tapos dito naman, sobra. That is R raised to 3. R raised to 3 yan. So sobra yan. Pag yan ay minanipulate mo na. So, etong dalawa ngayon ang possible answer. So, dito ka sa mas obvious. Tignan mo muna yung mas obvious. Dito, kapag in-expand mo ito, of course, meron yung x squared. Pag in-expand mo yan. Ayan, meron yan ditong x squared. So, hindi na natin pahabain. Okay, kasi nga, pag periodical test ay, siyempre, you are running out of time. Kailangan nagtitipid ka sa oras. Tapos, eto, meron kang x squared dito. So, hindi na natin expand, ano? Kasi, kailangan ma-sure lang natin na may matitirang quadratic term para ma-determine natin kung yun ay transformable to quadratic equation. Tapos, ito naman, pag in-expand mo yan, so magkakaroon din yan dito ng x squared. Okay? So, meron ka rito 2x squared, tapos meron ka rito isang x squared. So, ibig sabihin, dito sa letter D, may matitira at matitira dyan na quadratic term. Kaya, ito na yung iyong pinaka-final answer dyan. Letter D. Ayan. So, hindi mo na ito kailangan, no? Kasi isa lang naman dyan ang pinaka magiging answer mo. So, ganun lang. Pag mabilisan, kasi kung yung lahat yan ay i-manipulate mo pa, susubukan mo pa, kakainin yung marami mong oras. Baka mamaya, marami ka pang pwedeng masagutan. Okay? Ito namang sample question na ito. Two students are debating which quadratic equation has roots -6 and +4. Cheryl claims the equation is x squared plus 2x minus 24 equals 0, while Marcia claims the equation is x squared minus 2x minus 24 equals 0. Which of the following statements is correct? So, ito yung ating mga choices. Sino kaya ang tama sa mga yan? So, tignan muna natin yung kanilang mga roots. Di ba ang roots daw, yung root 1 natin ay -6 at yung root 2 natin ay +4. So, kung yung -6 na yan ay lipat natin sa kabila, so, or add 6 and add 6 both side of the equation, at ganun din naman dito sa x equals 4, -4, then -4 din sa kabila. So, it means to say, ito ang mangyayari dyan. X plus 6 equals 0 and x minus 4 equals 0. So, familiar ito sa inyo pag tayo ay nagpo-factoring method in solving quadratic equation. Ang ginagawa naman natin dito ay pabaliktad. Okay? So, gagamitin naman natin yan as factors. Eh, di ba pabaliktad? Pagkatapos natin i-factor, saka natin isinosolve ang value ng x o yung roots ng ating quadratic equation. Pero dito naman, pabaliktad natin siyang ginagawa. So, ito na, naka-factor na siya. Kasi we are aiming to know which is correct. Sino ba kay Marcia at saka kay Cheryl ang tama? Okay, so pag ito na ngayon ay minultiply natin by FOIL method, ayan ang mangyayari dyan. X times x is x squared, tapos x times -4 is -4x, 6 times x is 6x, then 6 times -4 is -24. So pagsamahin nito, parehas linear term, -4x plus 6x is equal to 2x. So ibig sabihin, ito yung ating pinaka final answer dyan. X squared plus 2x minus 24. So ito yung hinahanap talaga nating equation. Kaya sino sa kanilang dalawang tama? So ang tama sa kanila ay si Cheryl. Ayan, Cheryl is correct because the equation x squared plus 2x minus 24 is equal to 0. It has roots of -6 and 4. Naipakita naman natin yan. Given a quadratic equation in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, what is the formula for the sum of its roots? So, dapat kabisado natin yung formula pag kukunin natin yung sum ng roots. So, ito yung formula natin dyan. Yung -b/a. If we are looking for the sum of the roots. Now, dito naman sa ating second question, given the equation 3x squared minus 6x minus 3 equals 0, what is the product of the roots of the equation? So, pag product naman ng roots, ang ating formula naman, pag sinabing product, yan, that is equal to C over A. So, C over A, so ang C natin dito is, ito, yan, yung -3, that is the value of our C. Yan, -3 over our A is, ito naman, +3. So, ibig sabihin, ayan. So, that is equivalent to -1. So, ibig sabihin, ang final answer natin dyan is letter A. Kung ma-encounter nyo naman ang ganitong klase ng question, the quadratic equation 3x squared plus 6x plus c equals 0 has exactly one real root. What must be the value of c? So, ito ay may kinalaman doon sa discriminant. Okay? So, to find the value of the discriminant, sabi natin, if b squared minus 4 AC, that is the discriminant. If the discriminant is equal to 0, okay, sinasabi sa nature of the roots. The nature of the roots, according to the value of the discriminant, if it is equal to 0, diba, it has real and equal roots. In other words, it has exactly one real root. So, ibig sabihin, kung kukunin natin yung value ng A and B, because C is unknown, yan, C is unknown, so pwede natin gamitin itong equation na to find the value of C. Yan. So, ilagay natin, ang value ng B dito ay 6 squared minus 4 times 3, yun yung value ng A, and then ang value naman ng C ay unknown. Kasi yun nga yung hinahanap natin. Ang tanong dito, what must be the value of C? Okay, so 6 squared is equal to, so dito natin ilagay, is equal to 36. Okay, minus 4 times 3 is equal to 12. Then C equals 0. Okay, dito may 0 yan dito. Okay. Then, kung ilipat natin sa kabila yung negative 12C, so magiging 36 is equal to 12C. Then divide both sides by 12. What is now the value of C? So cancelled. So C now is equal to 36 divided 12, that is equal to 3. So ibig sabihin, ang pinakasagot natin dito is letter C. Okay, the value of C is 3. Sa ganitong type of question naman, which of the following is the correct formula for a quadratic equation given the sum S and product P of its roots? So, ang magiging pinaka-answer natin dito ay letter D. Why? Kung natatandaan natin, yung kaninang previous example natin, ginamit natin ito para makita natin yung concept ng sum and product. Diba sabi dito, which of the following is the correct formula for a quadratic equation given the sum S and the product P of its root? So, ang sum kasi natin, ang formula is equal to negative B over A. And then, product is positive C over A. So, plus yan di ba? So, dapat, ito ang answer talaga kasi it must be negative. So, whatever the value of your sum, if it is negative, so, by finalization, magiging positive siya. Pero, initially, dapat yan ay minus. Minus dapat ito. Kaya, ito ang magiging ating pinaka correct formula. X squared minus Sx plus P equals 0. Or X squared minus the sum, the sum of the roots times X plus the product of the roots. So, ayan yung pinaka-tamang formula. Okay, in this question, which of the following equation has 1 plus square root of 2 as one of its roots? So, yung isang root niya ay 1 plus square root of 2. So, of course, yung isa ay 1 minus square root of 2. This is an irrational roots. Kapag irrational ang roots, automatically, it means na dalawa ang roots niyan. It has unequal roots. Yung isa positive, may positive side siya at isa may negative side. nitong square root of 2. So, gamitin natin yung concept ng sum and product of the roots of quadratic equation. So, pag sinabi kasi natin sum, that is equal to, di ba, yung roots, ibig sabihin, ina-add mo yung roots. So, kung yung isang roots ay 1 plus square root of 2, tapos i-add mo siya sa 1 minus square root of 2, ito yung pangalawang root. So, ibig sabihin, cancelled na to kasi 0 na yan. Plus and minus yan eh. So, therefore, ang matitira na lang sa'yo dyan ay ito na lang. Kasi 1 plus 1 equals 2. So, yan yung sum. And then, pagdating naman sa product, siyempre, pag product, it means to say you're going to multiply the roots. Sinabing product of the roots. So, kung i-multiply mo yung 1 plus square root of 2 times 1 minus square root of 2. So, that is equal to 1 squared minus square root of 2 squared. Okay, tatandaan ba natin yung special products na, ano sabi, yung A minus B or A plus B times A minus B is equal to A squared minus B squared. Ayan, ay special product. So, according to this rule, so ito yan, parang ganito, plus minus, di ba? The sum and difference of binomials, ayun yan yun. Sum and difference. So, ito yung kinalalabasan niya, the special product. So, ang mangyayari dyan, cancel to, cancel doon. Ang matitira dyan ay negative 2. Then, 1 squared, di ba? Ang mangyayari, itong 1 squared ay 1. Minus, 2 na lang ang matira dyan. So, that is equivalent to negative 1. So, ang value ngayon ng iyong product ay ito. Tapos, ang value ng iyong sum ay ito. Okay. Since ang ating formula, di ba, ay x squared minus the sum times x plus p equals 0. So, according then sa kaninang question natin, ito yung pinili nating formula. So, ngayon, based on that, ang final natin dyan is x squared minus, so itong s, ano ba yung sum? Ang sum natin ay 2. So, ilagay natin dyan, 2. And x, then plus, ano ba yung ating product? Negative 1. So, magiging minus 1 pala yan, not plus 1. Okay, so erase natin. So, that is equivalent to minus 1 equals 0. Ibig sabihin, ito yung ating answer. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating answer ay letter A in this question. Which of the following are the solutions of x squared minus 6x plus 2 equals 0? So, gamitan naman natin ito ng quadratic formula. Okay? Para makita natin kagad yung kanyang correct answer. Ayan. So, ilagay natin yung mga value ng A, B, at C. Value ng A natin ay 1, value ng B ay negative 6, at ang value ng C ay 2. So, substitute lang natin lahat dyan sa ating formula. So, this is B, negative 6, A, and then the value of C. So, a negative times a negative, it becomes positive na pagdating dito. Then this one becomes 36. Ayan. Then negative 4 times 1 times 2 is negative 8. So, all over 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Tapos, 36 minus 8 is equal to 28. Ayan. So, this is now x is equal to 6 plus or minus square root of 28 all over 2. So, kita na natin agad yung ating answer. Hindi na natin itutuloy. Hindi na natin siya isi-simplify because in the choices, ito na yung ating magiging answer. Okay, now to answer this, to make it a perfect square, what must be added to x squared minus 12x? So, para siya maging perfect square, trinomial actually. Okay, so, para magawa natin yan, so, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, kasi diba, ang bawa yan, x squared minus 12, ito yung tinatanong dyan eh. Okay? Ano daw yung idadagdag mo rito number? Okay, para siya ay maging perfect square. So, kunin mo lang yung numerical coefficient ng linear term, yung 12. So, yung 12 na yan, i-divide mo lang yan sa 2. Okay, lagi sa 2 i-divide. So, 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. Then, after that, i-square mo siya. 6 squared is equal to 36. Ibig sabihin, 36 ang ating magiging final answer dyan. Letter A. Okay, given the quadratic equation, r squared plus 8r equals negative 7. So, itong tatlong question na ito ay nakabase dito sa given quadratic equation. So, ang gawin natin dyan, ang sabi kasi dito sa unang question, if we want to solve using completing the square, what must be added to both sides to make the left side of the equation a perfect square trinomial? So, ang gawin natin dyan, so i-write natin r squared plus 8r equals, so, siyempre kailangan nating mag-add dyan, tapos equals negative 7. Then add. So, kung ano yung i-add natin dito, yun din ang i-add natin doon. So, paano natin malalaman kung ano ang i-add natin to make this a perfect square trinomial? So, kunin natin itong ating linear term. Okay, yung numerical coefficient na yan na 8, ang gagawin natin dyan is i-divide natin yan sa 2. So, that is 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Then, square it. Pag in-square mo na siya, 4 squared is equal to 16. So, 4 times 4 equals to 16. So, 16 dito ang idadagdag natin. So, ganun din dito, kailangan magdagdag ng 16. So, therefore, ang answer natin dito sa first question ay letter A. Okay? 16. Then, dito naman sa ating second question, which of the following represents correctly the factored form of the quadratic equation using the method of completing the square? So, ituloy lang natin ito kasi connected siya dyan. Okay? So, ito, ang gagawin lang natin dito ay i-express natin siya as a square of binomial. So, that is equivalent to r squared. Ano? Ayan muna natin. Okay. Square of binomial, it means r plus 4. Ayan, kasi square root ng 16 is 4. Right? Squared is equal to negative 7 plus 16 is equal to 9. So, ayan. Ito yung square of binomial. Ito yung equivalent niya. This is the square of binomial. Then, ibig sabihin yan, nandito sa choices ang ating answer. So, letter D is the answer in that question. The next question, what is the value of R? So, kung hinahanap naman natin ang value ng R, so kailangan na natin extract yung square root from both sides of the equation. So, extract tayo ng square root. So, this one, cancel. So, matira dito ay R plus 4 equals positive, negative 3. Then, yung ating R sub 1 will be equal to, kunin muna natin yung positive 3, then minus 4. So, that is equivalent to negative 1. And then, yung ating namang R sub 2, kunin naman natin yung negative 3, tapos minus 4. Okay, kasi nililipat natin sa kabila. Diba? So, that is equal to negative 7. So, that is negative 7. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ito yun, negative 1 or negative 7. So, yan yung ating value ng R. So, ito yan. Letter B. Ang ating answer sa sample question na yan. Dito naman sa sample question na ito, okay, kailangan basahin natin mabuti. Marian has an assignment. She needs to solve this equation by factoring. So, factoring method pa lang gagamitin niya rito. 6x squared plus 6x equals negative 8. What must she do? So, kailangan, di ba, i-arrange muna niya. Arrange the given below and choose the correct answer. So, kailangan i-arrange niya muna or i-rewrite niya muna ito in standard form. So, pag nilipat mo ito sa kabila, it becomes a positive 8. So, ito yung number 1. So, ito na agad yon. So, susunod niyan, ipa-factor mo siya. So, ayun. 1, ang susunod 4. So, alin ba rito yung susunod? Ito, yung C. 1, 4. Tapos, ang susunod sa kanya, ito. Itong 2. Then, ang final niya ay ito. So, ibig sabihin, kita mo na agad that the answer here is letter C. In these questions, which of the following is a quadratic equation? So, dito sa letter A, mapapansin mo dyan, wala naman dyang quadratic term. Ibig sabihin, kasi kailangan tatandaan mo, ang highest exponent ng quadratic equation, yung kanyang variable ay 2. So, 4x minus 3x is x. So, magiging x minus 1 na lang yon. So, wala kang makikitang may squared. So, kailangan may squared. May 2 na exponent. Ito naman, meron 2 na exponent. Kaya lang, ang mangyayari kasi dyan, tricky yan, tricky. Okay, mangyayari kasi dyan, once yan ay i-transform mo to standard form. So, nilipat mo ito sa kabila. So, magiging 3x squared, ito ay magiging minus 3x squared. So, it becomes 0. At ang matitira na lang sa'yo dyan ay ito na lang. 2x plus 5 na lang equals 0. So, ibig sabihin niyan, ito ay linear term, hindi linear equation, not quadratic equation. So, pagdating naman dito, sa dalawa, ito na lang dalawang pagpipilian mo. So, madali na lang dahil ang letter C lang naman dyan ang merong exponent na 2. Ito naman ang exponent ay 3. Kaya hindi na agad siya pwedeng maging ating answer. So, letter C is our answer here. Ngayon naman, pagdating naman dito sa question na ito, what is the standard form of quadratic equation? So, simple lang. Kung kabisado mo naman, madali na. So, tatandaan mo lang dito, kung medyo tricky yung mga pagpipilian, so dapat lahat yan ay plus. Diba? Dapat ito ang answer mo dyan. Tapos, pagkaya nito, baka ito ang piliin mo, wag ito. Kasi yung C ay nando sa kabilang side ng equation. Dapat, ang nasa kabilang side ng equation ay 0. So, 0 dapat yung nandito. Tapos nandito lahat yung uh, quadratic term, linear term, at saka constant term. That is the standard form of quadratic equation. Ayan. So, good luck sa inyong periodical test. I hope magpa-practice pa kayo to answer sample questions bago kayo mag-periodical test. Para sa math ay hindi laging nahihirapan. Laging tatandaan, sa math ay hindi maaari na nanonood ka lamang. Upang maging mahusay, dapat lagi kang handa na mag-practice o magsanay.